We are in Portland, Oregon for the 2020 Council for Exceptional Children annual meeting, where thousands of educators come together to share all the latest in research, resources, and more in special education. CEC TV is here to cover it all, and it starts right now. Hello and welcome to our third and final episode of CEC TV in Portland. My name is Ayana Berkshire and I'm here to bring you all the latest at this year's meeting. Today we had conversations with the Special Education Director of Philadelphia, the recipient of the 2020 Teacher of the Year Award, and dive deep into some of the work being done at the Doit Center and Texas Tech University, or TTU K12. Hello, I'm with Kelly Carrillo, the 2020 Teacher of the Year and member of the Leadership Development Committee. Thank you so much for being with us, Kelly. We sure appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Congratulations.
Wow, I know. It's been a whirlwind of a year.
What does it mean to receive the 2020 Teacher of the Year Award?
Other than complete and amazing shock, the processing the award has been quite a time for me. I'm a person with a disability, so having been a student in classrooms, for me, it shows that any kiddo that's out there in a special education classroom can, make the impossible possible. So
I've been hearing that a lot lately, and it is so true. And it's wonderful to see all of these incredible examples every day here at the CEC convention. It's really fantastic. Tell us a little bit more about how the CEC is helping its members develop as leaders.
So this past year was really, really productive. So the LDC, the Leadership Development Committee, we have worked with the board to develop what's called the CASAs, or the knowledge, skills, and abilities. And so we've adopted those. And so we're going to start working on our support and training and mentoring programs. We are working really hard within the organization to diversify and make sure that our organization represents what we would like to see in terms of people of all different backgrounds and abilities, and I'm a great example of that. So I feel really excited that our organization is really truly representative of our members.
What are some things that members should look into if they're interested in developing as a leader?
So there's so many opportunities within the Council for Exceptional Children. So from the local level and serving, in terms of at your schools, in your districts, and being a part of that. In terms of serving at a higher level, a lot of our units at the state level, or subdivisions, or special interest groups, maybe the Educators with Disabilities Caucus. I know that they're reestablishing a really strong group of people that are working on committees. There's always something for folks to do, so you just got to figure out what you're passionate about and find people and connect. And if they're not sure exactly, talking to somebody like me and connecting on Twitter, we do a lot of hard work to make sure that people find their niche and feel supported, and that they can engage in the things that they're passionate about.
Thank you so much, Kelly. We so appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm with Kareem Thompson, CEC board member and assistant principal. Hi, Kareem. Thanks for joining us.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
What do you hope that members take away from this year's meeting?
I think members should take away an opportunity to be revived and empowered about the work that they do on a daily basis. You don't find the opportunity to be a part of an organization that supports the core and the heart of what you do. And this week has just been an opportunity for them to be revived through the workshops and keynote speakers and things of that nature, so that they can go back and be equipped to do their job even better.
Why is it so important for the CEC to continue doing the work that it's doing?
That is, I think that's the core of the mission. I mean, you're talking about an organization that's 98 years old, about to celebrate 100 years, and has been an elite organization and continues to be a top leading organization in just promoting advocacy, professional development, and standards for educators who teach students with disabilities. So I don't think we can stop doing that. I think we just have to work harder at it and continue to be the best as individuals look to us to support what they're doing or for references and the top strategies that work best for kids, all kids.
So I guess last question is, what can members do to get more involved?
Well, I think it's like what my grandma says. You just got to put your foot forward and do something. And I think that's what it should be about. Don't just take it home for yourself, but also join your units, your subdivisions, even down to your special interest groups to continue on what you want to do. And I think it continues again in that revival of me wanting to be successful, help students, and be the best that I can be. So if I can connect with other folks and network, I think that's what is key. But not even just stopping there, but also having an opportunity like I have to become a board of director and just make it even further. So as we make decisions that impact thousands of individuals and millions of students, we can do it together.
Thank you so much for spending time with us
No
today.
problem.
Really appreciate it.
No problem, thanks.
Hi, I'm with Dr. Charlotte Brickhouse, Special Ed Director in Philadelphia. Hi, Charlotte, and welcome.
Hello, thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Of course.
I'm excited to talk with you. I want to know what Philadelphia is doing to help provide resources for teachers in special ed.
This year in Philadelphia, we are very excited about our initiative to train teachers in high leverage practices. So far in Philadelphia, we have provided training to a few hundred teachers, and we are excited about and looking forward to the student outcomes improving. So that is one of the things that we're doing in Philadelphia, and that's our focus for this year.
Wow, that's fantastic. How are teachers implementing these strategies?
Okay. So this year, again, we're focusing on high leverage practices, in particular two components of high leverage practices, assessment and instruction. So teachers are regularly assessing students, so they're making sure that they have multiple sources of information to assess, to identify student strengths, to identify their needs and areas of support. That provides the framework for instruction. And with instruction, we're making sure that teachers understand how to strategically build lessons, how to scaffold, and how to regularly go in to evaluate to make sure students are learning what they are being taught, and if they are not, to make sure that they make adjustments.
That is fantastic. How do teachers get access?
So there are multiple ways that teachers can get access. Typically, we offer Google Classrooms that's loaded with a plethora of information, anything special education related. Again, this year the focus is on high leverage practices. We also offer webinars to teachers and some pretty cool infographics that are embedded with links to more information for teachers.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Great resources.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I guess a really important question is, what
Yeah.
do you love about your role?
What do I love about my role? Everything, honestly. This is my life's work. This is my life's passion. Anything related to making sure that we can provide what students need and rightfully deserve is what drives me, what motivates me. I love being in a position where I can impact and touch students' lives to make sure that they understand that the impossible truly is possible.
Thank you so much,
Of
Charlotte.
course.
So appreciate your time. It's wonderful
Thank
talking with you.
Thank you.
Students with exceptionalities struggle a little bit more to succeed in college and careers, including those related to science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The Doit Center serves to correct this situation by working directly with students with exceptionalities, their allies, and other stakeholders. That include parents, K12 teachers, secondary faculty, administrators, and employers. Let's take a closer look.
What we're trying to do in the Doit Center is to help students with disabilities be successful in college and careers, but also using technology as an empowering tool. I founded the Doit Program in 1992 with a grant from the National Science Foundation. And the idea was to help students with disabilities from high school transition to college, into graduate school, and onto careers. We have summer programs for teens with disabilities to get ready for college. We have an online mentoring program, and we work with faculty to help them make their courses accessible in technology companies and making their technology accessible to people with disabilities, and even with parents to help their children with disabilities prepare for adult life.
One of the things that makes the Doit Center unique is that we embrace students with a wide variety of disabilities. And so as we engage in all of our activities, students learn about one another's challenges and the access barriers that they face.
Many of our projects are funded by the National Science Foundation. For example, Access Computing. We work with computing faculty nationwide to help them include students with disabilities in their programs. We have a similar project called Access Engineering, where we work with engineering faculty. Another project that we have is called Access ISL, Informal Science Learning. And there we're working with people that develop museum exhibits, helping them make them more accessible to people with disabilities. The Doit Scholars Program is where we work with teens with disabilities to get them ready for college and careers.
The Doit Scholars Program draws students from all over the state, and we really work with each student to help them identify what post-secondary experience will be best for them and their family. What we find most important is to talk with that student about what they're interested in, where they want to go, and help them go there. For the Doit Scholars Program, we'd like to start engaging students and families when they're sophomores in high school. We invite them to come and live with us on the university campus for 3 summers, after their sophomore year, after their junior year, and then as they're graduating high school. When the Doit Scholars are at summer camp, they take a lot of classes and courses with us. And so some of those are related to leadership and advocacy. Some of those are related to different career fields that they might want to learn about. And some of it is related to college access and how to advocate for what you might need in a college environment.
We always love working with the Doit Scholars. They bring energy, creativity, and innovation to every program, whether it's the classroom, a summer program, or another event going on campus. Access Engineering is a program where our goals are to both encourage more individuals with disabilities to pursue careers in engineering and to also train all of our engineers in principles of universal design. Access Engineering has partnered tightly with the Doit Center and the Scholars. Each summer we run instructional programs to help the Doit Scholars explore different career paths in engineering. However, the Doit Scholars also have helped us immensely in making the campus, and in particular engineering, more inclusive.
For their 3rd summer, as high school graduates, many of whom have been accepted into college, they work as leaders and mentors to the younger students who are with us for the summer.
I was one of the first Doit Scholars. The mentorship that I had early on from Doit was sufficient to show me how to actually mentor people, and that has specifically influenced my career because I manage people now.
What my high school didn't necessarily have and the Doit program did was a community that focused on disability empowerment. It's very nice to finally be in a community where I didn't feel as isolated as I did in the past.
The Doit Scholars Program taught me that I really need to be willing to advocate for myself, not just out in the typical everyday world, but in classes with professors and saying that's not going to work for me, or I really need my extended time.
I got into the program when I was a junior in high school, and that was the first time that I met other people with disabilities who wanted to go to college, who had expectations that they were going to go to college, and were thinking about a career even beyond.
I've hired a lot of people in my life, and I've never hired them because of what they can't do. It's always because of what they can do. And the Doit program, these kids have an opportunity to meet adults that see their opportunities before them and figure out how they can maximize the use of those skills and interests they have to be successful. For more information about Doit, you can go to our website, uw.edu/doit. Copyright 2020, University of Washington.
The Yes I Can Awards are always an exciting time at CEC. We get to recognize all the hard work students with exceptionalities are putting in to succeed at what they want to accomplish. And now we want to acknowledge those who have helped them get to where they are.
The thing that I appreciate so much about my teachers is that they take the time to understand my medical limitations and how they can facilitate the maximum amount of success within that. Like if I'm having a very tired day because I have narcolepsy, they understand and they know that sometimes it might be too much, so I can just put my head down for 15 minutes and then I'll be good to go. So it's always good to have teachers that are understanding.
They help me every day. They help me with work, homework, and they just are great. They love me, they take care of me, and they see my potential to succeed.
They're awesome. They are great. They give me hope and inspiration, and they give me confidence.
Well, I love that they've always had confidence in me, and they always hold me to such high expectations. And I want to thank Ty Botkin for nominating me for this awesome opportunity to be here.
We've had some great teachers. I owe credit to one in particular. I've never forgotten her. Her name was Miss Morgan. She taught him from K through 1. And the reason that I owe so much credit to her is because he was nonverbal at the time. He didn't speak until he was 6 years old. And she was the first person to really get the needs that he had and to provide the support that he needed. So many firsts that happened in her particular classroom that we never saw with Jonathan before. And the reason that I remember her so fondly is not just because of those particular firsts, but the fact that, you know, she told us from the moment that he was accepting this particular program, she goes, we're gonna work hand in hand together to make sure that he accomplishes these things. And he accomplished them because I knew that I did my work and she was supporting that work in her classroom. And she had amazing assistants and you know, the other students in her classroom, we're never gonna forget those kids. We're never gonna forget that classroom.
The Texas Tech University K-12 or TTU K-12 program is a fully online and portable education solution for students whom traditional brick and mortar is not an option. It provides opportunity for students of varying skill sets to hone their craft while pursuing their academic careers. Let's take a closer look.
Texas Tech University K-12 or TTU K-12 was started in 1993 by legislative action, and it was designed as a special purpose school so that we could educate students that could not attend or be successful in the regular classroom or the regular school. TTU K-12 was originally designed to help students that couldn't attend the traditional school, but it's gone beyond that. We have been able to help students accelerate their program, do credit recovery, and other options so that they can be successful.
Because students are not face-to-face with me interacting, I overcome challenges by corresponding with students via media, email, messaging, phone calls. I keep office hours, and I encourage students to contact me whenever they do have questions because my goal is that they are successful.
Our teachers really help our students succeed by starting off on the right foot from the very beginning in the course. It starts off with a personal connection point where our students and teachers introduce themselves to each other, and that type of communication continues all the way throughout the course. Some of the unique aspects of our school is that we have a customer support team, and we also have our very own instructional designers that create a very unique and rigorous curriculum for our students.
So our instructional design team works with subject matter experts to build the classes. Each class is built for all students, no matter what their needs might be. We have caption videos, we do alt text, we do audio descriptors. We take into consideration students that may have color blindness or differences distinguishing colors. We want a student, no matter what their background, no matter what their ability, to be able to get the content and participate in the class.
TTU K-12 provides students a really unique opportunity in that we provide a lot of flexibility, meaning our students are able to enroll at any point in the year, and they can take their courses from anywhere in the world, and they can work on their coursework whenever they want to.
So one of the great things about TTU K-12 is that we serve any student from wherever they are, whatever their background, whatever their circumstance. If they are looking for an online K-12 education, they can get it here at TTU K-12.
TTU K-12 allows students to work at their own pace from wherever they are. We are really excited about where our program is moving. We're excited to continue to expand globally, add additional courses that continue to be of the best quality. But I think what's most exciting to me is that we just continue to fill a need for students in a way that maybe they wouldn't otherwise have this educational opportunity.
There are many benefits to both our full-time and our part-time program. For example, I can remember a very small school district out in West Texas last fall lost their science teacher in their high school right before the school district started. They didn't have time to find somebody else. And so that school district and those students took one of the TTU K12 classes, one of our online classes, so that the students were still able to get their science credit. The district was still able to teach their students. For our full-time students, one of my favorite examples is we have a family that has 3 sons, and the sons are in middle school and high school, and they do our program full-time while they sail around the world in a catamaran. And so the kids are able to see the world as they're studying it.
The types of students that I feel that benefit from this type of instruction is that student that's not a brick and mortar student. That brings me joy as a teacher. And for the student that's being cyberbullied, for the student that's being bullied in a classroom, for a student that just doesn't have the courage because they may have a learning disability, this provides them an opportunity to know what success feels like and the joy that they get when they overcome whatever obstacle it is that they're trying to overcome.
I think one of the great things about this organization is that we teach students from whatever background they may be in. And the most exciting thing to me is seeing them graduate from our program and the excitement that they have. They come in from all over to walk the stage at graduation, and they bring 30 and 40 family members with them. And they are so excited because they have achieved something that they weren't going to be able to do because of whatever their situation was in. And that, I think, is a great thing about TTU K12.
TTU K12 is a global player. We impact education globally because we set the standards of what high-quality distance education can be.
Once again, we hit the conference floor to hear from members. This time we want to know, what have you learned so far at the meetings, and what do you want to take back to your classroom?
This conference has been amazing. What I have learned is that the Survival Guide for Special Education Teachers has created such a global perspective for me, and I can't wait to use the practices in my classroom soon.
I've learned about mindfulness, and I hope to bring that back to my classroom and hopefully school as well. I know it would help the whole school culture to bring that in and incorporate it into everything we do. And as a gifted educator, I plan to bring back a lot of not policies, but ideas for screening for our programs and to help to protect the program that we have that seems to be under constant attack.
Two things that I picked up that I'm excited about are different ways to incorporate technology into the role that I have, which is working as a consultant for students who are deaf and hard of hearing. So I went to 2 presentations that really speak to that. One was about using Google Forms to get teacher input, and another one was about using Google Classroom. And those both opened my eyes to some new ways that we can be a little bit more creative with the way that we work with general education teachers.
Some of the great things, one of the best things that I've learned is how to work with our ASD students in the classroom using technology, Nearpod specifically. So just using those technological advances that we can use to support our students in our ASD units. We have 5 ASD units, so I know we can use it from pre-K to 5th grade and implement that technology to support their needs.
Well, that's it from us here at the 2020 CEC annual meeting. We hope you've enjoyed our show. We'll see you next time in Baltimore.